here with me Andy Rebhun, Vice President of Digital of El Pollo Loco. Andy, welcome to Restaurant Next. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Anna. I'm really excited to be with you today.
Awesome. Thank you. You know, loyalty programs, we've come a long way since punch cards, and El Pollo Loco has been in the news recently for its new loyalty program and its recent updates. Can you tell us what's changed in recent months from your digital ordering platform as well as the consumer-facing loyalty program?
Yeah, it's a very interesting time for the restaurant business, and I think specifically for digital. And we're really excited that the team at El Pollo Loco really tried to dig into the insights and details with our loyalty program and really try to take it to the next level. Mm-hmm. And I think it starts with the consumer, right? So we poured over a bunch of data to try to understand what we were doing right, where we needed to make improvements, and then just kind of canvass the industry to see which restaurants were winning, which restaurants we thought we could capitalize with just some deficiencies. And so, when we relaunched our loyalty program about 3 weeks ago, it was one of those things that we really, like I said, data-driven decision. We revamped our sign-up offer. We changed the reward conversion frequency. So previously it was you spend $100, you get a $10 reward, and now it's you spend $50, you get a $5 reward. Consumers were really happy about that. And again, really focus on just delivering that ultimate consumer journey. We've subsequently launched a curbside delivery service, which was great. The team worked really hard on launching that quickly, about a 6-week process, which is normally several months or even up to a year to get that launched. And so we've been really excited with the changes we've been able to make to accelerate quickly.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about those data-driven insights and the tools that you've used and how you've leveraged them to make those changes?
Yeah, so I'll tell you, one of the things that I did was I simply just picked up the phone and called some of our customers. We have a massive database of individuals, and we have some who come to us frequently and some who don't. And essentially at the end of the day, the buck stops with the customer. And so really listening to what was working, what wasn't working, what they wanted to see more of, what they wanted to see less of, and then just looking at redemption patterns and behaviors. I mean, there's times where I think, when you look at sales and if sales are suffering, there's just this tendency to say, okay, discount, discount, discount. Now that's not necessarily the answer. And, quite honestly, restaurants are not essentially in the business to just offer discounts. I think you have to be data-driven, understand what the consumer is doing, understand what you need to do for your business, and really just follow the information and really try to make the best decision based off of that data. And so, like I said, we poured over the data. We had one-on-one interviews with some of our consumers. We sent out surveys, and we really kind of let that lead us to the direction we wanted to go into.
Awesome. So when we think about data, how important are, driving those personalized offers as opposed to discounts?
It's huge. I mean, you look at some of the data you get back, right? So everything from email open rate to coupon redemption rate to average check. I mean, those are all some of the key metrics, we like to look at El Pollo Loco, because essentially at the end of the day, if consumers are not opening the emails, they're not redeeming the offers, then they're essentially not engaging with us as a brand. And so for us, we really implemented a much more rigorous segmentation program this year. And it's really enabled us to have a much better connection with the consumer. And it's been exciting. I mean, honestly, you want to make sure that if you have a customer who doesn't eat meat, we have vegan options on our menu. We're not serving them chicken offers. And for customers who don't like chicken on the bone, we serve burritos and tacos. And so we want to make sure we're talking to them in the right manner, in the right fashion, and we're not alienating them by providing them something that they don't want to eat.
Can you tell us about a recent win? Sounds like you're doing everything, right, and making the right offers to the right people at the right time.
It's not always winning. We had to, fail a few times quickly to get to where we are today. But I would say probably the most recent win we've had is we got in a very successful partnership with Postmates, where we launched a campaign. It was free delivery for however long is necessary. And as most marketers and brands felt at the time, it was very hard to shoot a commercial. So we used stock photography, and we put together a really emotionally connected consumer campaign. And, we've had it since April 1st, and it still goes on to this day. And it really tried to make that emotional connection with the consumer to allow them to understand that we care, we understand the times that we're in. And we had free delivery offered on the Postmates platform. And Postmates honestly have been great partners to us. We've done a lot of different things with that company, and we'll continue to grow and learn from each other. And they've been a great brand to work with.
Awesome. So in regards to delivery, can you tell us about your brand's approach to delivery?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bifurcated model today. Essentially, we have some unique menu items that you can only get on our El Pollo Loco app or elpolloloco.com. And then we have obviously the delivery version of that, which is through our 4 delivery partnerships we have with Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. And essentially, we have different promotions at different times of the year. I would say that the Postmates is probably the most consistent of the 4 brands in terms of what we're promoting. But again, with our dispatch, which is the white label El Pollo Loco app or El Pollo Loco website, you essentially earn loyalty points when you go that delivery mechanism. If you order from third party, you don't get those loyalty points, and it's a little bit of a different customer experience. But at the end of the day, we offer those 5 options to our consumers. Like I said, El Pollo Loco app, El Pollo Loco website, or one of the 4 delivery partners that we've chosen to do business with.
Awesome. I know a lot of brands are looking at taking delivery in-house. Is that something that's, you're considering at El Pollo Loco?
Right now it's not something that we've really discussed today. I think, the beauty of some of these third-party services is it really allows us to cast a wider net. I kind of liken the delivery service model to almost like going to a shopping mall, right? Sometimes you know what you want to eat, or sometimes you know what you want to buy, sometimes you don't, but you have all those brands kind of staring at you in the face. And you really can decide what you want. If you want chicken, if you want a burger, if you want pizza, if you want a salad, if you want a smoothie. And I think that's the beauty of the third-party delivery model, is it really gives consumers that element of choice, and they can ideally select whatever they want to eat in that given day. And so I don't see us walking away from that. I think there's a pent-up demand for it right now, and it really has allowed us to grow in those channels.
Awesome. So loyalty and marketing go hand in hand. And how important has digital ads been recently to complement, your traditional ad efforts?
Yeah, I would.
Loyalty.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny because I think, we think about consumer behavior during this pandemic that we're in, and, digital media consumption overall has just skyrocketed.
Yes.
I mean, it has blown up. I mean, the amount of time people are spending on their connected devices, whether it be mobile phone, whether it be a Netflix or Hulu, or just surfing the web in general, there's just been a much bigger propensity for consumers to engage with that medium. And I think naturally, us as a brand, we had to sit down as a team and decide, is this an area that we wanted to place our bets? Because we follow the data again, at the end of the day, we know consumers are spending more time on their devices, and do you want to follow the consumer? And we chose to do it. And we're really happy with the results we've seen thus far. We started the journey increasing our digital media spend probably about 1.5 years ago. And it's risen accordingly. I mean, we were at, I think, 5% 1.5 years ago, and now we're at about 25 to 30%.
Awesome. Awesome. You had mentioned you had added curbside earlier this year, and I know that you're in the midst of rolling out GPS-enabled curbside pickup. I was wondering if you could tell us about that solution and how it works and how it benefits the customer as well as the restaurant.
For sure. I mean, I think curbside is not a brand new concept, right? I mean, it's been around for a little bit of time. I think just given the pandemic, restaurants have chosen to accelerate wanting to implement it at the restaurant level. And so I just have to first say I have incredible partners and people who I work with. IT, ops, finance, they have been instrumental in making curbside happen at El Pollo Loco. I mean, it's by far, if I didn't work with these individuals, we wouldn't be where we're at and be able to have deployed it so quickly. So essentially, we did a 20 restaurant pilot. We did that for about 4 to 5 weeks. We wanted to kind of see how it worked, understand the ops implications, understand the customer implications. How can we deliver that ultimate best experience to our consumer? A couple of things we focused on. We focused on speed. We focused on restaurant efficiency. We focused on signage. And then we also focused on just the procedure. And ideally, in the ideal world, you'll have an employee walk out and deliver it and drop it on the passenger seat. So, we did the 20 restaurant pilot. We learned quickly. We failed fast in some areas of that pilot. And then, we developed a much wider training program, and working with our partners in training, we really launched this incredible solution. If you go to one of our restaurants today, you essentially order it. You can order it when you're on the go. You can order it when you're at your house. And, you get pinged, and it's essentially you get to the restaurant, you get a notification that says check in, or if you have GPS enabled, it won't make you check in.
Mhm.
And once you park in one of the designated parking spots, it's about, I'd say anytime I go, it's anywhere between 45 seconds to a minute and a half.
Wow.
And it's impressive. It's really, really impressive. I have not seen a competitor who's done it as efficiently. It really blows my mind. It's just nods to the great teams we have working in our restaurants. They do a really magnificent job.
Awesome. Well, that's very exciting. Do you have any key lessons that you've learned, during these, ambitious tech rollouts these last few months that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, I'd say two things. Number one is partnership is key. I mean, it's really, really important to have that regular touch point, that regular communication across departments, because given that you're not meeting in person with these individuals anymore, given that you're not going to an office, it's really, really important to make sure everybody's on the same page, and everybody deals with that in the restaurant industry. I mean, there's so many different departments who work on different initiatives. For us, that was key. I mean, it seems so simple, but it really was the accelerator to making sure that we launched successfully and progressed. The other thing I'd say is really listen to the consumer, listen to the industry, listen to brands that are doing it well. And you can take bits and pieces, nuggets to really try to deploy the best solution at your restaurant. I think, there's so many talented people in the restaurant industry, and they have so much to share, and you can learn so much from them. It's very important to listen. And I think with events like yours, it really gives the restaurant industry an opportunity to connect and really see what's working, what's not working. And, we can learn together as an industry.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. We're going to let that be the final word. And thank you for being here at Restaurant Next, Andy. Thank you.
You bet. My pleasure.